Namaste. In this recording, we are going to talk about adjectives, and we are going to learn what adjectives are. We're going to understand how to say them in English and then how to translate them into Hindi. Okay? So first, let's talk about what an adjective is. An adjective is a word or more than one word. So a word or words that describe nouns. Now, you might be wondering, what's a noun? Well, a noun is defined as a person, a place, a thing, or an animal. So there are lots of things in the world that are nouns. Again, nouns are a person, place, thing, or an animal. So adjectives are words that describe people, places, things, and animals. So, how do we describe something? Well, we can talk about what something feels like, or what something sounds like, or what something tastes like, or what something smells like, or what something looks like. So let's look at some examples, what I mean by that. So if we want to talk about what something feels like. The blanket is soft. The birds chirping is very pretty. The muffin tastes sweet. And the trash smells bad. And the sun is shining bright. So in each of these examples, I used adjectives. So when I talked about the blanket is soft, soft is the adjective. When I said the birds chirping is beautiful, beautiful is the adjective. When I said the muffin tastes sweet, sweet is the adjective. When I said the trash smells bad, bad is the adjective. And when I said that the sun is shining bright, bright is the adjective. Okay? So again, adjectives are words that we use to describe nouns. And nouns, again, are a person, place, thing, or an animal. Now, let's learn some adjectives in Hindi. Bada. Bada means big. Bada means big. And of course, elephants are big, right? And let's put this together in a sentence to say the elephant is big. Elephant in Hindi is hathi. Hathi bada hai. Hathi bada hai. The elephant is big. Chota. Chota means small. So it's the opposite of bada, right? Chota means small. And this little puppy is small. And the way we say dog in Hindi is kutta. So we'll say kutta chota hai. Kutta chota hai. Lamba. Lamba means tall. And so if we put this together in a sentence, the way we say giraffe in Hindi, we say giraffe. Giraffe. So giraffe lamba hai. Pathala. Pathala means skinny. And this man is skinny. And the way we say man in Hindi is Aadmee. So we say Aadmee pathala hai. Mota. Mota is the opposite of skinny. Mota means fat. So mota means fat. And the way we say pig in Hindi, we say suwar. Suwar. So we say suwar mota hai. Suwar mota hai. Now that you've learned some adjectives, let's do some practice questions. So I want you to look at each picture and say which adjective applies and then put it into a full Hindi sentence. So let's get started. So what about for the giraffe? Would you say the giraffe is bada, chota, lamba, mota, or patla? Remember, bada means big, chota, small, lamba, tall, mota, fat, patala, skinny. So we would use lamba, right? And how would we say the giraffe is tall? Do you remember? Giraffe lamba hai. Giraffe lamba hai, because giraffe in Hindi is giraffe. Giraffe lamba hai. What about for the pig? Which word would you use? Bada, chota, lamba, mota, or patla? If you said Mota, shabash. And do you remember the Hindi word for pig? Suwar. Suwar. So we say suwar mota hai. Okay, what about this man? Is he bada, chota, lamba, mota, or patla? Well, judging from the picture, it looks like they're trying to communicate that he's tall, right? So which word would we use? If you said lamba, shabash. Tall is lamba. And do you remember the Hindi word for man? Man is Aadmee. So if we put it together, how would we put the sentence together to say the man is tall? If you said Aadmee lamba hai, shabash. All right, what about the ladder? The ladder, is it bada, chota, lamba, mota, or patla? If you said lamba, very good. It's the same as the last one. Lamba is tall. And the way we say ladder in Hindi, we say Seedee. Seedee. So how would we say the ladder is tall? If you said Seedee lamba hai, shabash. All right, what about this one? This looks like a fat man. So how would we say fat in Hindi? Bada, chota, lamba, mota, or patla? If you said mota, very good. So, and what was the Hindi word for man? We've done it a few times. If you said Aadmee, very good. So how would we put it together to say the man is fat? Aadmee mota hai. Aadmee mota hai. All right, next one. This is a little seahorse. Is it bada, chota, lamba, mota, or patla? Well, is he big, small, tall, fat, or skinny? Well, most seahorses are small, right? So, which word do we use? Chota. And the way we say seahorse in Hindi is we say samudri ghodi. Samudri ghodi. So, put it together in a sentence. How would we say the seahorse is small? Samudri ghodi choti hai. Samudri ghodi choti hai. Now, isn't it possible that we could use also the word pathala? Because seahorses are very small and very skinny, right? So how would we change the sentence to say the seahorse is small and skinny? So it's really simple. We just add an and skinny in there. Samudri ghodi chota aur patla hai. Samudri ghodi chota aur patla hai. Samudri ghodi chota aur patla hai. All right. What about the shark? The shark is bada, right? Big. So how would we say the shark is big? If you said shark, bada hai, very good. Shark, bada hai. Okay, now what about the tree? Is it bada, chota, lamba, mota, or patla? It's lamba, right? It's tall. And the way we say tree in Hindi is we say ped. Ped is tree in Hindi. So how would we say that tree is tall? Ped lamba hai. Ped lamba hai. Okay, now I want to test your memory. So in the next set of pictures, the words are not going to be there for you. I want to see if you remember what some of these words mean. So what about for the giraffe? Is the giraffe bada, chota, lamba, mota, or patla? Well, the giraffe is tall, right? So he is lamba, tall. Now what about this little boy? He looks kind of chubby. So is he bada, chota, lamba, mota, or patla? He is mota, mota, fat. Okay, what about this man? Is he bada, chota, lamba, mota, or patla? Well, he looks like he's tall. So what is the word for tall? Lamba. And what about her? Is she बड़ा छोटा लंबा मोटा और पतला. Pathala, right? Now, this is where I want to introduce very briefly the concept of inflection. Inflection means that the ending of the word changes in Hindi. So, for instance, because this is a girl, we would say she's patali, not patala. And this is a concept I'm going to explain more in detail in another lesson, but right now I just want to briefly introduce the concept. So we would just use all of these words to describe her. We would say badi, choti, lambi, moti, or patali. Okay? We change the endings to an E at the end because it's a girl. So she is patali. Aurat patali hai. Or ladki patali hai. All right, what about this bladder? Seedee. Seedee. Is it bada, chota, lamba, mota, or patla? It's tall, right? So it is lamba, or actually lambi. Okay, what about this man? Is he bada, chota, lamba, mota, or patla? He is mota, right? He is fat. And what about the samudri ghodi? Bada, chota, lamba, mota, or patla? Or rather, badi, choti, lambi, moti, or patli? समुद्री घोड़ी छोटी और पतली है. Small and skinny, right? All right, what about the shark? And remember, shark in Hindi is shark. So what is the shark? Is he bada, chota, lamba, mota, or patla? The shark is big, right? So bada. And what about the tree? Bada, chota, lamba, mota, or patla? The tree is tall, right? So what's the word for tall? Lamba. All right, now what are some other adjectives in Hindi? There are lots of adjectives. Well, our taste words are adjectives, right? So sweet, sour, salty, and spicy. And in Hindi, these words are meetha, khatta, namkeen, and mirchi. Meetha is sweet, khatta is sour, namkeen is salty, mirchi is spicy. What about our colors? Colors describe what things look like. So our colors are also adjectives. Red, lal, brown, bhura, black, gala, blue, neela, yellow, pila, orange, narangi, pink, gulabi, white, safed, green, hara, or even if we want to describe light and dark colors, like halka neela, light blue, or dark pink, gehira gulabi. So all of our colors are adjectives too, because they describe what things look like. Now let's look at some more. Beautiful, cute, bright, and dark. These are all adjectives when you say, oh, the unicorn is beautiful, or the little puppy is so cute, or the sun is shining brightly, or it's a dark night. So these are all adjectives. And the way we say beautiful, cute, bright, and dark in Hindi, beautiful is sundar, cute is pyare, bright is ujjwal, dark is andhera. And what about some Hindi words to describe what something looks like? Or what something feels like garmi and thand. Garmi and thand, hot and cold, right? That describes what something feels like, garmi and thand. Or what about other words like soft and smooth? Soft in Hindi is naram, and smooth in Hindi is chikna. Smooth in Hindi is chikna. Now, let's quickly review everything we've done today. What's an adjective? A word or words that describe nouns. And what are nouns? Nouns are person, place, things, or animals. And how do we describe something? By the way it feels, by the way it sounds, by the way it tastes, by the way it smells, and by the way it looks. And the adjectives that we focus on today are big, small, tall, fat, and skinny. Big is Bada, small is Chota, tall is Lamba, fat is Mota, and skinny is Pathala. All right, excellent work. Keep practicing this and you'll get better and better.